I'm going to make another SciFi Walkway type 2, because I've already done type 1, and it's going to look similar to this, just really simple materials. And I'll just show you how I made that. It's really simple to do. All right, so let's do that. Okay, so Blender 2.8, let's select everything and delete it. Look down from the top. We're going to make the grid first. Shift A, I'm going to bring in a circle and switch this to 6 vertices, like that. Go into edit mode, E and S, scale it in a little bit, make it as thick as you want. Add modifier array, and we're going to go for 10 in the X, like that. Okay. Let's do another array, and let's do this in the Y. So put that to 1 to start off, and 0 there. All right, we have that. So in the Y, we're going to switch this to 0.75 and 0.05. It should line up nicely. Okay, let's up this to 10, like that, and let's go ahead and apply the arrays now. Edit mode, select it all, and mesh, clean up, merge by distance. And you'll see down here we got rid of some vertices. Okay, we need to make this square now. I'm going to deselect and press B to box select, and I'm going to box all the way up to those vertices there, but I don't want to get those two and those two, etc., all the way down. I'm going to turn my move tool on, Shift D to duplicate or copy, slide it over here. I'm going to snap this into place. The way I'm going to do that is I am going to shift and click there to deselect it, and shift and select it again. So it's now white. That's the active vertex. I'm going to slide this in to snap it. So I'm going to turn on snap to vertex and choose active. I'm going to move it in the X direction. I'm going to go GX, slide it over, and just click there, and it should be in place. Keep it selected. Shift D to duplicate again. Slide back over here. Let's rotate this around. RY 180 and R, not Z, RX 180. There we go. That point is still active. I'm going to slide it into here. So GX and move it down here. There we go. Okay, we have a few extra vertices, so we can get rid of those on that side. And these ones on that side. Select it all, mesh, clean up, merge by distance. We'll get rid of a few more. Let's turn that off. Okay, let's set the origin, geometry to origin. And this is pretty big, so let's just hit, I'll do an object mode, S, and we'll scale it down smaller. Like that. Okay, let's rotate it a little bit and give it some thickness. E, bring it up a little bit. That's fine like that. All right, cool. Let's add a bevel. Let's go for 2 and 0.02, I guess, I think. Okay. Stick down from the top. And let's bring in a plane. Let's scale this a bit bigger, like that, and like that. Let's say I to inset, come in so that we cut off the edges a little bit. And let's delete that face. Select it and give it some thickness. Move down a bit so that the grid projects into that. Okay, that's going to be all right. You could make those smaller if you wanted to, but no big deal. This is all in one collection right here. I'm going to rename this as panel. And I'm going to scale it down even more. So now have a look at my vertices. They're already up there, aren't they? If I just copy this, Shift D, and bring it out, they're going to jump up very fast. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go Shift A, Collection Instance Panel, slide it out. My vertices are going to stay the same. The problem is we can't snap properly because you see these axes here, it acts as an empty, or it is an empty, and it won't allow snapping very well. So I'm just going to snap it by eye like this. I'll not snap it, I'm going to line it up. Also, I think want to put a bevel on here. If I put it on here, it'll go on to there as well. So let's add a bevel. Let's go for 2. And 0.02 again. See, it's on both of them now. So I have that. Shift A, panel, I'll slide it out. Line it up as best we can. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to be all right. Let's do another one. You can take as much time as you want to do this. I won't take too long. So I'm going to have a main floor there, and then I'm going to have a walkway. So let's do it again. Okay, there's my floor. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create the border that goes around it. So I'm going to bring in another plane, or a plane, and I'm going to edit mode, vertex selection there, Alt M, merge at center. Bring this down. I'm just going to move it out a little bit. I'm going to follow the edge of this thing. And look down from the top. E, pull it out here. Now I can adjust all these points later, so we're just going to get the basic outline. It's going to go to there, and then I want some stairs. So I'm going to press 1 to look from the front. Press E, and I'm just going to come down to maybe there. Let's see what that would look like. Stairs going up, and then you do that. Okay, now cool. I'm going to do one on the inside as well. So let's Shift D, and drag it over like that, and then let's grab this point and this point and this point. And pull it in, and then these 2 points, pull them back. I can take this point and scale X0. Like that. Okay. Let's give this a little bit of height. E to extrude. Pull it up. I don't need to go too much, but I'm going to probably bring the whole thing down in a bit. You'll see what I mean. So do that, and then I'm going to add solidify. I'm going to pull this way. I want it wide enough so that I can put a bar on there. So I'll go to 0.8. I'm going to click on even thickness as well, and you can see that it's jutted in here, and that's not quite right, so I'm going to adjust that. So look down from the top, go into edit mode, wireframe, because I now have more points to deal with, and I'm just going to pull this out to the edge, or roughly to the edge, and then pull this out. Let's have a look at that. Alright, maybe we want it in touching that. Okay. let's do that. Okay, so we're going to go GY. I'm going to just slightly overlap that. Do the same here. GY and move it down till it touches. And do that on all sides. See what that's looking like. I'm going to pull it down so that the grid is a little bit higher. Here, I'm going to do something below later. Okay, cool. We're on our way. All right, let's do the bar, the railing. Actually, before we do that, let's put a bevel on this. Keep the solidify going. Add a bevel. We'll go for 2. 0.02. We'll start with that and see what that looks like for us. Okay, now here's what we're going to do here. I'm going to take this point, Shift D, and bring it up a little bit. P to break it out, and grab that point again. Set the origin of geometry. Look down from the top, and I just press G. I can just manipulate it the way I want. So say I want my bar to start there. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go into edit mode and select it. E, and pull it to about the middle of this part. I'm going to come down to here, E, pull it all the way down to right about where it would start to bend down. Let's look from 3 from the side, sorry, 1. And I'm now going to follow this profile down, E and G. You know, trying to sort of get a similar height as that. It's not going to be perfect. Now, I'm going to bring this back up a little bit and press E and come down in. Because the bar would go into there, right? And the same would happen over here. So select that point. And then E and come down. Now that's not how high this bar is going to be. Let's just select that. All right, this whole bar can go up higher. Maybe there. So now I'll just take that point, push it in. Come back over this point, push it in as well. So just imagine that. I think I would want that even higher than that. And then I'm going to have a secondary bar. So just adjust it to how you like it. And once you do like it, we haven't curved it yet. I'm going to do this. We're going to copy this. Shift D, pull it over to about the middle. Go into edit mode. Box select all of these. Pull them into the middle. And I guess I didn't get that one. Delete that one. Let's box select these, and let's look from the front and get it to pretty closely match up with this one. Okay, select that point, extrude it down. That one didn't come over when I pulled it properly. So now we've got those two. Let's join them. Go into edit mode. Select all these points where you would think that he would curve a little bit. All right, all of those. Now let's zoom in on a point or two. Even that one is okay. I'm going to go Shift Control B. I'm going to pull my mouse. And you see them separating there. I've got 2 points. I'm going to roll my mouse up 3, 4, 5, and then just that looks good enough. Come and have a look at the other ones. That's going to be okay. Okay, go back into object mode and object convert to curve. curve dialog box over here under geometry. Change the bevel depth and just start sliding it up until you like what you get. I'm going to hold shift and go a bit slow. This is going to be my top bar. I want it relatively thick. Let's right click and shade smooth and have a look at that. Okay, that's looking okay. Let's start with that. Let's now select it and shift D to duplicate it and pull it down. Imagine a secondary bar maybe about that height. Maybe a little bit, I don't know. So we got some cleanup to do, so let's go into edit mode, deselect. Oh, I hit something else, so get my screencast keys going again. There we go. Okay. I want to keep that point there. I want to delete the rest of them, so I'm going to delete vertices like this. Did I get that one? Yeah, let's switch over to here. That's why. Box select all those and X delete vertices. There we go. Alright, I'm going to now select that vertex and pull it forward. I'll change the thickness of this in a bit. Now, I want to make sure, I think I got an extra vertex in there, I don't need it. Okay, yes, we'll keep that curve. Let's do this one at the same time. Let's come on over back over here. Let's border select all of these, and this, and that one. There we go. Take this one, slide it in. And very quickly we can make this. Let's do the same down here. We'll do those. We'll do those. I'm going to select these two. I'm not going to pull in the X. That's going to mess things up. So I'm going to switch over to normal. And I'm going to pull down like this. Okay, now let's make this one. This was 0.135. Let's just pull it and see how we feel. Is that a little thin? Let's make sure that this is making contact. Okay, that looks good. I'm still in normal, that's okay. Now, I want to put some supports there, so I'm going to select this piece here and deselect that. I'm going to select, if I can, press the period key to zoom in. And border select those bottom ones. I'm going to go Shift D, pull it out, so I have another piece, P to break it out. So I've got a separate little tube there. Alright, I can stay in normal, that's okay. This is going to need to be thinner than those ones, so maybe like that. Pull it up. Go to edit mode, grab just that bottom point in the Z direction. Yeah. Sometimes I get extra ones. Pull it up like that. Let's have a look at that. I'm just going to copy this arbitrarily wherever I want. Not out there though. You know, I'm not really going to like measure any distance or anything. Just wherever you feel like it. But I will take it though, and I'll come right across to the other side. I'm going to zoom in and look down from the top. Okay, I'll put another one here, like that. Just all over. Okay, let's take this one. Let's come across. Another one down here. both of these, Shift D. Put another couple just before the curve. And then let's get ready to come down. So let's look from number 1, which is the front. And we'll do that Shift D and G. Just pull it down. Shift D and G. Pull it down. Alright, and that's what we got so far. Let's switch over to the cavity shader and have a look. There we go. Nice start. So we'll have some stairs coming up, and then we'll have our hexagonal platform. Come over here. We will be closing this off later on. Okay, so let's leave it at that for now, and then we'll come back and we'll continue in a bit.